Hi students, welcome to my channel. This is Maithili, your teacher. Let us meet again solving the problems in the quadratic equation, the second chapter of the quadratic equation. Okay. For the earlier chapters, you can just look at the link given below in the description box. Here in the second chapter, they have given us a set of quadratic equation and they have asked us to solve the equations. That is, they are asking to find the value of x. Okay. So if it is x square, it means that x is having two values. I told this earlier. So if it is x square, it means x has got two values. We are finding the two values of x in here. Now the first equation, given equation is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. Right. So x square. Now here you would have been doing these sums earlier, but I will explain it again. This last term, it's the product, okay, and this middle term is going to be the sum. So I want the product to be minus 10 and the sum to be minus 3. I have to find such numbers which will solve this. So minus 10, what does it mean? One number is a positive number, the other number is a negative number. And 5 into 2. When I consider 5 into 2, this is become minus 5 and plus 2. Only then when I add, it adds to plus minus 3, right? So minus 5 and plus 2. I am writing it as this minus 3 term can be written as minus 5x plus 2x. Okay. And when I multiply minus 5 in plus 2, minus 10. So minus 10. So this makes this equation. If I add this again, it comes to minus 3x. So I am not disturbing the equation. I am just splitting the center term. The center term minus 3x, I am splitting it in that way. And this is how we do it. Okay. Then I consider first two terms. The common term here is x. I take it out. X minus 5. And the common term here is 2. 2 is common for both the terms. I take 2 outside. And I want the same thing repeated again in just the bracket, and it happens to be the same thing, x minus 5. So I have two terms now. This is one term and this is one term. The common terms here are x minus 5. I take that out. The remaining is x plus 2. So what does it mean? This x minus 5 can be equal to 0 or x plus 2 can be equal to 0. When I equate it to 0, I find x value to be 5 and minus 2. This is how we solve a basic quadratic equation. Again, I will repeat, the last term will be the product of the two terms and the center term will be the sum of the two terms. We have to find such terms which satisfy the required equation. Okay. Then the second sum, 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Here we see that x is having a number before. X square has got a number before. So this 2 will be multiplied to the product. 2 6 are 12. So I want a number minus 12. Minus 6, so minus 12. Please take care about the plus and the minus signs. So minus 12. The product of the two numbers should be minus 12. And the sum of the two numbers is plus 1. I want such a number which satisfy this requirement. The product should be minus 12. The sum should be plus 1. And one number, what do we mean understand? One number is a plus number and one number is a minus number. When the product is negative, we can understand that one number is a positive number, the second number is a negative number. And this plus here shows that the higher number, the bigger number is going to be plus number and the smaller number is a minus number. And so those numbers are plus 4 and minus 3. When I multiply plus 4 and minus 3, I get minus 12. When I add this, I get plus 1, right? So I split the terms as plus 4x minus 3x and I write the remaining minus 6 here. Then the common terms for the first two is 2x. I take 2x outside. The remaining is x plus 2. And the common term for these two terms is minus 3. I take that outside. The remaining is x plus 2 again. The common term for both the terms is x plus 2. I take that out. Remaining is x minus 3. So x value is here is minus 2, and for here it is this plus, it becomes plus 3 by 2. So 3 by 2. Okay. This is how we solve a quadratic equation. Then the third sum here, square root of 2x square plus 7x plus 5 square root of 2 is equal to 0. Even though there is a square root, we need not bother. The product of the two numbers, square root and this number, will be 5 square root of 2 into square root of 2. So 5 into 2. 5 2s are 10. The product should be 10 and the sum of the two numbers should be 7. I have to find such number. All the numbers are positive numbers. So it is going to be easy. 5 2s are 10. 5 plus 2 is 7. So I am going to split the term, center term as 5x plus 2x, and the last term I am writing it like that itself. Now consider the first two terms. The common term here is only x. I am taking it out. Remaining is square root of x plus 5, and here the common term again is square root of 2. Here I have square root of 2 and here I have 2. It means square root of 2 into square root of 2 is 2, right? So I am taking square root of 2 outside. So when I take square root of 2 outside, here the remaining term is square root of 2x, multiply it, again 2x I get, this term I get. Okay, then the square root has gone out, so only 5 is there remaining. See, I have the same thing in the bracket, the brackets are the same. So I take the bracket outside, the remaining is x plus square root of 2. So x gets the value of minus 5 by square root of 2, or here minus square root of 2. So x has these two values. Then this fourth sum here, 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8. Okay, here I don't want 1 by 8 in the denominator, so I am taking it out whole. Okay, if I take that out, what happens is I have to multiply this whole thing with 8. Only then it comes as a common denominator outside, right? So this 2 multiplied with 8 is 16x square. Then this x, it means it has 1x, right? So 1 into 8 is 8x, then plus 1. Only then this 8 becomes a common denominator, it has gone outside. Let it be outside like that. Then we are going to solve only the quadratic equation which is given inside the bracket now. So 16 into 1. So the product of the number should be 16 and the sum of the numbers is going to be minus 8. So what do we understand? Product is plus number. So both the numbers, when I split, both the numbers are going to be negative numbers. Minus 4 into minus 4. When I multiply, it becomes 16. When I sum it up, it becomes minus 8. So I split it as 16x square minus 4x plus 1. Okay. So again the common term here is 4x. I am taking it out. The remaining is 4x plus minus 1. Again in this also I am taking minus 1 outside, because here I have minus 4 here I have 4x minus 1. The same way I want 4x minus 1 here in the bracket. So I am taking minus outside. When I take minus outside, this term becomes plus and this term becomes minus. Only then I get the same thing in the bracket, right? So I am taking minus 1 outside. So I have two brackets, 4x minus 1, 4x minus 1. It means 4x minus 1 whole square, 1 by 8 is this. I leave it here. It is equal to 0. When I take it here, it becomes 0 into 8. So again that value becomes 0. So x is equal to 1 by 4 and one more value is 1 by 4 again. 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. And when I equate it like that, x is equal to 1 by 4 and 1 by 4 again. The last sum here, 10x square minus 20x plus 1 is equal to 0. Here 1 and the 100 I have to multiply. So the product of the two numbers is going to be 100 and the sum of the two numbers is going to be minus 20. Again here it is plus. So what does it mean? Both the numbers are going to be negative numbers. Only then the sum will be minus number here, right? So both the numbers are minus numbers. When I add it, it becomes minus 20. When I multiply, it becomes 100. So I can split it out easily. So 100x square minus 10x plus 1 is equal to 0. and the first two terms I take it out, 10x I take it out, 10x minus 1 minus 1 into 10x minus 1, and again I have the same thing like the others earlier sum. We have 10x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1 by 10. It has got two values, as it's square it has got two values. Again, some students always they have a doubt, okay. Even while I was a kid I had this doubt, okay. So no need to panic here. What will happen if when I'm splitting, can I write it as x square plus 2x minus 5x? Many students have got this doubt. Sure, I'll do the same sum with interchanging the places, okay. The same sum, when I change the places, see, the same sum I change the places, minus 5x plus 2, okay. Here I change the places, plus 2x minus 5x. When I change the places also, I solved it and I have got the same answer, okay. See, the same answer I have got. So even if you change the place, it's not going to make a difference. The answer is going to be the same. So you need not panic. What will happen if I change the place? Okay, even I had this doubt while I was a kid. So this is how, even if you change the place, the answer is not going to be different, okay. The next sum, solve the problems given in example 1 they have given. So go to the example 1, the question is in the page number 71, okay. Page number 71, the question is there. Two people, John and Jivanti, had 45 marbles. So let us consider John had x marbles. John and Jivanti together had 45 marbles. So let us consider John had x marble and Jivanti had 45 minus x marbles. Now when both lose 5, they lost 5 marbles each. So John lost 5 marbles. The total number of marbles he had is x minus 5 now. Jivanti also lost 5 marbles. So what the number of marbles she had is 40 minus x now. The product of the numbers is 124. When I multiply x minus 5 and 40 minus x, the product becomes 124. I multiplied here. First term x into the whole bracket 40 minus x minus 5 into the whole bracket 40 minus x is equal to 124. X I am bringing it inside. X into 40, 40x. X into minus x square. The next term minus 5 into 40 minus 200 minus into minus plus 5x is equal to 124. Then I am simplifying the equation. I want the x square term in the beginning. So x square, then comes 40 and 5, 45x and minus 200, and this 124 also comes here. So it becomes minus 124, and all the sums up together. I want to change the sign because x square I don't want it to be minus. So I am changing the sign. X square minus 45x plus 324 is equal to 0. Now I am simplifying it again. The product of the two numbers is 324. The sum of the two numbers is minus 45. So it means both the numbers are going to be minus numbers, minus 36 and minus 9. Okay. This again you can do L division method. Usually when we do with L division method, we can arrive at the solutions. Okay. That is the easiest way to find. Okay. Then x, common term here is x, I am taking it outside, x minus 36, minus 9 I am taking it outside, minus 9, again x minus 36 I have. So the common bracket is x minus 36 and I am taking it out. So the remaining is x minus 9. So I can equate x is equal to 36 and 9. So one person had 36 marble and the other person had 9 marble. Okay. Then the second sum, the cottage industry produces certain number of toys in a day. We don't know how many toys, so we are considering it to be x. Let the number of toys produced in the day, let it be x. The cost of making one toy in rupees was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced in the day. So 55 minus x, we don't know what's the cost. So we had it number of toys to be x. Cost of production of one toy is 55 minus x. The total cost of the production is equal to 750. So we have to multiply x into 55 minus x. When I multiply, I get this equation. Now I am forming the quadratic equation. This becomes the product of the two terms should be 750. The sum of the two terms should be minus 55. Okay. Then when I split, I get minus 25 and minus 30 because product is plus, so both the numbers are minus, only then I can add it, sum it up as minus 55. So minus 25 and minus 30, and the common terms here is x, so x minus 25, here the common term is minus 30, only then I get the bracket as x minus 25. Then the common term for both these terms is x minus 25, I am taking it out, the remaining is x minus 30. So the values are x is equal to 25 or 30. So we can say the number of toys produced on the day can be 25 or 30. Find the two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. Direct sum. Let the numbers be x and 27 minus x. Okay. So the product again is x into 27 minus x is equal to 182. When I make it as an equation, quadratic equation, x I multiply it inside, 27x minus x square plus 27x minus 182. Again I said earlier, I don't want minus in the x square term. So I make the whole, change the symbol of the whole equation. So it becomes x square minus 27x plus 182 is equal to 0. Then the product should be 182 and the sum should be minus 27. So both the numbers are going to be minus numbers and they are minus 13 and minus 14. So I split it as minus 13 and minus 14. I take x common term outside. Here minus 14 outside. I have the common bracket x minus 13. I take that outside. The remaining is x minus 14. So the terms, numbers are 13 and 14. They said that whose sum is 27. I add 13 and 14. It's going to be 27. So what we have done is right. Then the next sum. The two consecutive positive integers, sum of whose squares is 365. So let the numbers be x and x plus 1, positive integers. So I am considering x and x plus 1 and the squares. So x square plus x plus 1 whole square is equal to 365. I am breaking the bracket, use the formula a plus b whole square. So a square plus b square plus 2ab. X square I have. I add these two terms, 2x square and 2x. And here I have 1 and here I bring this as minus number. So I subtract it, becomes minus 364. And usually I said we simplify the quadratic equation the most simplest way so that this product all will be easy. So I am simplifying it, all are multiples of 2. I am dividing the whole equation by 2. It becomes x square plus x minus 182. And so the product is going to be minus 182, the sum is going to be plus 1. Okay, so the numbers are plus 14 and minus 13, and when I split it, the equation becomes x square minus plus 14x minus 13x minus 182. Common terms are x, it's taken outside, x plus 14, minus 13 is taken outside, x plus 14 is equal to 0. So x plus 14 on the other term is x minus 13. So the value of x can be minus 14 and plus 13, but they asked only for positive numbers, right? So the numbers are 13 and 14. This number cannot be the answer because they are asking only for the positive numbers. So the numbers, the integers, next integers, two integers are 13 and 14. That makes the answer. The altitude of a triangle. Okay, altitude again, it's a right angle triangle. So altitude of a right angle triangle, we know Pythagoras theorem now. We are using that here. The altitude of the right angle triangle is 7 centimeters. Altitude, the height, it is going to be 7 centimeters less than the base. The base is longer, so x, and so it is, height is 7 centimeters less, so x minus 7 here. Then by using Pythagoras theorem, x square plus x minus 7 whole square is equal to 13 square. There is a 13, right? Again the quadratic equation, x square, x minus b, a minus b whole square, that formula I am using it here. X square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. A square plus b square minus 2ab, and this is 13 square. I am bringing it all to the left hand side. The equation becomes 2x square minus 14x minus 120 is equal to 0. Again simplifying it, dividing the whole equation by 2. It becomes x square minus 7x minus 60 is equal to 2. Is equal to 0. Then the product of the two numbers should be minus 60. The sum of the two numbers should be minus 7. So it is well understood that the product is minus. So one number is plus and one number is minus. The numbers are minus 12 and plus 5. When I simplify it, x square minus 12x plus 5 minus 60 is equal to 0. The common term x is outside. Here plus 5 is outside. So I have a common bracket x minus 12. Taking the bracket the x minus 12 outside, I have remaining x plus 5. So x value is equal to plus 12 or minus 5. But a height cannot be a negative number, right? So I am going to consider only 12. So the actual x is equal to 12 and this height is going to be 5. 12 minus 7, so it is equal to 5. Let the industry, the cottage industry, is producing some pottery items in a day. So let the number of produced articles, let it be x, okay. And the cost of production of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles. So it becomes 2x, twice is 2x. The cost is increased plus 3. So total cost of the production that day is equal to x into 2x plus 3, right? 2x into 2x plus 3. Now we are getting a quadratic equation. Multiplying x inside, it becomes 2x square plus 3x minus this 90 comes here as minus 90 is equal to 0. Now I am splitting. I have 2 into 90, so 180 here, okay. So 180, the product should be minus 180, the sum should be plus 3. So the numbers are plus 15 and minus 12. So I am splitting it like this, 2x square plus 15x minus 12x minus 90 is equal to 0. The common terms here is x, I am taking it out, 2x plus 15 here, and here again I am taking 6 outside, the remaining is 2x plus minus 6, I am taking it outside. So 2x plus 15, I have the common bracket here. I am taking that number outside, the remaining is x plus 6, x minus 6, and so x value is equal to minus 15 by 2 or 6. But again I cannot make negative number of articles. So this 6 only is the correct answer. The cost of each article is 2x plus 3. It is given as in the first we calculated as 2x plus 3. So the cost of each article is 2 into 6 plus 3, so it is equal to 15. So that also we have found, and with that this exercise is also over. This is how we factorize the given quadratic equation and find the values of x. Okay. Bye for now. We will meet again for the next exercise. For more problems, more solved problems, please subscribe to my channels.